What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So you saw the thumbnail and the title. We're talking about long-lasting fragrances. They're not necessarily just going to scream off the skin. Spray accordingly for the strength and power you want coming off of skin. But as far as 8+ hours of longevity, because I feel like 8 is like bare minimum for a lot of people. And some people are like, bro, that's not long-lasting. You're trying to type that right now. Stop typing that stupid comment. Hear me out. Okay. Your skin, your nose, your olfactory perception will vary from mine. Everything here, for those of you that don't know, I change my ratings with my individual reviews to just longevity. That's beyond 8 hours. I just do 8+. We're not doing 10 to 12, 12 to 50. We're not doing that. It's 8+ hours. So some of these obviously are well beyond that for me, and they'll probably be well beyond that for you. So let's check out these 10. Stay tuned. Starting with what I deem to be one of Paco Rabanne's best fragrances they've ever put out. It's earthy patchouli, it's smoky vanilla. It is Invictus Victory Elixir. What a great fragrance offering from them. Now, this was around a time that a lot of smoky vanilla fragrances were coming out, but what separates Victory Elixir is that earthy patchouli note that they added to the fold that I don't really get in the other offerings from these other designer brands that have a similar profile to this. Sure, it's part of a kind of redundant trend, but I think it's the best one of the bunch. Smells nothing like an Invictus either. It's just in an Invictus bottle. Honestly, it smells nothing like it. I get no sweet bubblegum aquatic here. Oh, but I get a light spice, smoked and peppered vanilla with this earthiness. Just, so good. And so strong. What a loud fragrance. What a long-lasting fragrance. What a high compliment factor fragrance. So definitely one worth checking out if you're looking for some power. It's Victory Elixir. You know, there's been a lot of great flankers that have come out beyond this one, but this is still such a well-rounded option that without this particular flanker, we wouldn't have Reserve Privé. We wouldn't have Boisé. We probably wouldn't have Society and Society Extreme, and then the new Society Ombre, which I haven't smelled yet and can't wait to get. We're talking about Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Parfum. Gentleman Eau de Parfum is very unsung and unpraised for what it should be. There was a time when it got a lot of love, and for the longest time I said this was my favorite one because it's kind of in the vein of your Dior Homme Intense profile, but not exactly the same. This is a much creamier fragrance, very balmy. Balmy, creamy, but very powdery and warm without having a bunch of spice. It's a slightly more casual twist on Dior Homme Intense, I find. I find that's a much more dry and waxy type of iris where with its sweetness, it begs you to dress it up a bit more, whereas I think you can get away with dressing this one down a bit more. It's just that light ambered spice with that creaminess, that rich, thick creaminess. It's just such a beautiful fragrance. Incredible sillage, super lasting power. What a great fragrance that doesn't get any love anymore. It's Givenchy Gentleman EDP. Rich rose, dense woods, sweet and spicy. Great, phenomenal longevity. Another one doesn't get talked about quite as much as it once did. This is on to the next one type of hobby and community. It really is. We're talking about 1 million Elixir. Because a lot of us enjoy 1 million Parfum. Everybody that's tried Golden Oud seems to be a fan of Golden Oud. They just have so many good options here. A lot of people are digging 1 million Gold, but 1 million Elixir. Royal's really good. I could just keep going on and on, but 1 million Elixir keeps getting forgotten for some reason. And this is a, kind of beastly type of offering here with its strength coming off the skin, its sillage, the scent bubble and trail that you're going to have for majority of the life of the fragrance, and the longevity here is well beyond the 8-hour mark for me. It's a beautiful fragrance. It's a slightly more refined twist in many ways on 1 million Elixir. It's probably the least youthful of the entire fragrance line. This is such a great offering that if you haven't tried it yet and you're a fan of any of the other versions of 1 million, I think it's pretty safe to say you might be missing out. Obviously, there's no guarantees you'll love it, but those that have tried it, most of them seem to really enjoy it. and you're definitely going to get the performance you're looking for. It's Paco Rabanne's 1 Million Elixir. Metallic, citric, floral, earthy, green, and woodsy. A lot of oak moss here. Probably the most well-rounded version in the line that's come out thus far. From Hermes, we have H24 Eau de Parfum. What a great fragrance offering. I don't know if it's going to want to focus for me. There we go. H24 EDP. What a great fragrance. Very green. Very, very green fragrance. But here it's a spicy, earthy, oak moss dominant twist on that metallic, unnatural, but beautiful smell of H24's DNA. This was the second version of the fragrance that followed the Eau de Toilette original. So metallic at the same time. That's the thing. It's citric, green, floral, earthy, woody, but very metallic. Again, comes across very unnatural, but when it comes to stepping outside of the box and, kind of creating their own path to walk and then flankering accordingly in a line, few do it as well as Hermes does. Think Terre de Hermes line, for example. This is a beautiful fragrance. Another one seems to get lost in the fold because so many designer fragrances are coming out every year. But this is a great option, very masculine with this odd modern twist. It's a different fragrance, but different good. A lot of the times in fragrance, I find different is definitely good because so many people follow trends and so many things are redundant that when you step outside the box, some beauty can come of it, even with an unnatural smell. And that is what I find you will get with great performance out of H24 EDP from Hermes. The little brother to Acqua Di Gio Profumo, we've got Acqua Di Gio Parfum. Great, great, great longevity, wonderful smell. Has a lighter smoky incense to the Profumo original big brother. You still get that light green smell, very aquatic and citric. Hint of earthy, a little bit of patchouli in there. So good. Refined, grown up Acqua Di Gio, basically, just like Profumo is, whereas Profumo's much heavier on the incense. It's a much heavier, darker version of this scent profile. This came out after the fact. This came out in 23. This is the first version. 24, they re-released it again, and apparently they added more incense to make it closer to Profumo. I haven't tried it. I'm cool with this because I got Profumo, so I prefer the one that's a little different. But overall, it just smells like a fresher version, watered down as some would say, but I get great performance out of it. Another one, 8+ hours, very loud fragrance. I actually wore this during check-in day for my first bodybuilding show, so I got some fond memories I created last year with this fragrance. So if you haven't given it a try yet, you really should. Get Profumo out of your mind. It's not identical. Even the newer version, I'm sure, is not identical. Go into it with what the Parfum version of Acqua Di Gio on the market is, and if you love the profile, you're gonna love this. It's really good. Don't let the sheeple of the forums and the online space and even people that get on camera detour you. If you're interested in the fragrance, go smell the fragrance. You might end up loving it. Don't take anybody's opinion for the word of Christ. Don't take my opinion that way. The one thing I would recommend you take seriously, though, is if it interests you, go smell it, because this stuff, damn good. Great performer, too. Acqua Di Gio Parfum. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it's a great performer. It's still a great fragrance for any age. Yes, it's youthful. But if you like it, you like it, and that's all that matters. High compliment factor, too. Versace Eros Eau de Parfum. My. You can't go wrong here. You maintain most of the freshness of the Eau de Toilette. It's not quite as ambery and ambroxan heavy as the Parfum. Man, this is so good. This is so good. Of the original's DNA, the 3 main concentrations in this teal bottle, this is the best one. It's the most balanced and well-rounded, I find. That apple, mint, ambery, vanillic fragrance DNA that just works. Man, it smells good. You always one of the best smelling humans on the planet when you're wearing Eros, in my opinion. I'm just throwing it out there. Even if you look like a troll that lives under a bridge or a GQ model and everything in between. Regardless of what the visual appeal is for anybody, you damn sure smell good when you're wearing this. You know what I mean? So let this be a nice addition to your day and a mood booster, if anything else, because it's going to take all day long for this stuff to wear out because it's a phenomenal lasting fragrance. Super familiar stuff, obviously, because it's very popular. But that ain't going to stop you from getting compliments. They're not going to say, oh, I smell that all the time, so you don't smell good. No, they're going to say, oh, even if they recognize Eros. Ooh, I love Eros. Because it is that good. It's Eros EDP. Incense, light spice, woody resinous, dark. Heavy wear, super long lasting fragrance. A lot of people's favorite from Hugo Boss. We have Boss Bottled Elixir. What a monster performer this fragrance is. I debated on putting Absolute here because it fits the mold too. But I actually get even better performance out of the Elixir than I do out of Absolute. This stuff's like super strong, super long lasting. And if you like incense, like this guy, it's a must try. It absolutely is. Get it on your skin. It's going to be different from most fragrances in your collection. You'll see people want to compare it to Sauvage Elixir. Faintly, this is incense dominant. You know what's one thing that Sauvage Elixir definitely does not have? Incense. So it's not the same fragrance. So definitely, again, back to the whole don't trust everybody you see on camera. Don't trust everything you read. If it interests you, go try it. It's well beloved. It's well beloved for good reason. It is damn good. It's hard to believe Hugo Boss is putting stuff like this out. When you look at the previous years of the Boss Bottle line, always solid, but never impressive. In the last couple of years, especially with this, impressive. Again, that's Boss Bottled Elixir. Toffee Sweet, a light spice, nice and ambery. Still my favorite version of Wanted. This is Azzaro's The Most Wanted. Eau de Parfum Intense. I just call it the most wanted, the black bottle, because we got a few now. We've got the Most Wanted Parfum that's got the orange colored glass. We've got the Most Wanted EDT Intense, which has the gray clear gradient glass. I still think this is the best. I do. And it's not a screamer off the skin, but the longevity's there. I've clocked this at 10, 11, 12 hours pretty much every time I've worn it. Like the last couple of times I wore it, I just stopped paying attention because it's like I've reviewed it to death. I don't need to pay attention to the performance anymore. It's so good though. Look, boyish, as my friend Justin Copeland likes to say. It's a youthful fragrance, but it's a damn good fragrance. And if your lady likes to smell sweet fragrances on you, again, like this guy, his old lady does, man, I mean, you can't go wrong with stuff from Azzaro, especially in the Wanted line. I mean, this is such a great offering. Longevity, sweet and spicy. Sweet and spicy designers, I mean, a lot of stuff's out there. Some people can't stand all the sweet stuff. I get it. But I'm actually a fan. I'm a fan. I enjoy the sweet fragrances. I like the sweet smells. I do have a sweet tooth. And I have a wife that loves sweet fragrances on me. Win, 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 win. So check it out if you're interested. The Most Wanted. And speaking of sweet, let's follow it up with one that gets related to the other, but is a deeper and louder fragrance. This one also has toffee. You don't need both. Between the Most Wanted, this is a more stripped down take on what I believe to be similar to Strong With You Intensely. Strong With You Intensely, and I have all of them. I'm still waiting to get the Parfum. I'm waiting on it to hit the U.S. market. It's in the Canadian market. I tried buying it off Armani's website the other day from Canada. They wouldn't let me. I tried. So eventually I will get the new Parfum, but I got to tell you, when it comes to the most powerful of the bunch, I find the Intensely flanker is the most powerful. It's also the sweetest one because it is loaded with toffee. Whew, man. Still get that roasted chestnut DNA, but it's amber and toffee dominant. Amber, toffee, cardamom. And like vetiver or something like that. But this is warmer. This is spicier. This is sweeter. And this is a lot stronger. That one has phenomenal longevity. This one has phenomenal longevity and power and potency to push off the skin. This is a room filler. This is one my wife herself likes to spray for on occasion. Yeah, I say on occasion. It was like 2 or 3 times she wore it herself. It's the men's version. It's just that damn good. If you like sweet fragrances, this is one of the ultimate. This checks all the boxes for the sweet designer. Literally everything. Likability, compliment factor, longevity, projection, sillage, wearability. You can actually wear this in a lot of situations because it's not a very serious fragrance. You don't want to wear it in super high heat, but man, if you like sweet, you're looking for strong, one of the best would be Stronger With You Intensely from Emporio Armani. Just want to get it to focus one more time before we move on. And there we go, that beautiful amber colored juice. And last but not least, who would I be? Being, you know, the blue fragrance guy on here, basically, without having one of the longest lasting blue fragrances of all time. Consensus type of stuff, not just for me, Yves Saint Laurent's Y Eau de Parfum. Can never go wrong with Y Eau de Parfum. It is too good. Always having to fight to get focused. There we go. I'm telling you, it's that busy ass background I have behind me. What a great fragrance. Look, chemically synthetic, apple fruity, ginger spiced, musky, strong. This will beat your nose up too. What a monster. And on occasion, you get somebody that wants to be that guy in the comments that's like, yeah, but newer batches. It's like anytime I talk performance on a fragrance. Depends, you know, it happens with almost every fragrance. There's always that guy that's, yeah, but newer batches. Don't be the yeah, but guy. It's nose fatigue. Don't be the yeah, but guy. I say again, it's nose fatigue. Not yeah, but. Nose fatigue. This one's good for it too. Highly synthetic and super over the top, obnoxiously strong. Yeah, it'll beat your sensors up in your nose. Your receptors will get fried from this one. It'll come back to life after a few hours, or you might be able to faintly smell it. But this is so good. Another high compliment factor fragrance, high versatility. I'm not a fan of wearing it in the summer, but I know a lot of people like to wear this one year round. I like the fresher versions of this for the summertime, but no denying, unless you're the yeah but guy, no denying, absolute monster. So get your nose on this one. If for some reason at this stage you haven't, you're probably newer to the space and this is a hobby. If you haven't tried it, because most people that have been around this for a while have it, had it, love it, hate it, used to have it, rebuy it, got multiple bottles, they fall somewhere into that category. So again, that's Yves Saint Laurent's Y Eau de Parfum. Well, that's the 10, guys. I appreciate you checking out the video. I'll try to have links down below, both through YouTube and if you look at the names with links next to them, most of those will be fragrance by as well. So I have options if you want to check them out. If not, all good. You don't have to buy nothing to watch my content. I just appreciate you checking out the content. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you leave. I'll catch you on the next one.